Hey there, it's Amanda, and I am going to show you today how to find sheet music online for free. Hooray! We love that, especially the free part. We actually have gotten a lot of questions about finding specifically Stars and Stripes music. If you're looking for just the E flat clarinet part or just the piccolo part, it could be kind of confusing to find. And Stars and Stripes is one of those pieces that's under public domain, so that's why it's free. So today I'm going to show you how to access that, how to find other music for free, and how to make sure that it's actually a good part that when you download it to your computer, you can read it. I'll show you what to look for to find parts that are actually nice and not super hard to read. And we're going to also make sure that in the process, you don't download any computer viruses or anything. So buckle in. I'm going to give you a lesson on how to find it. So before I actually show you the website that I use to find music, a little bit about copyright law. So you can only find music, as I mentioned a minute ago, that is under public domain. Public domain means it's free. It means you don't have to purchase it. It means that you can access that music and the person who wrote it or the person who, oh, actually, no, not necessarily for arrangements. You could still publish an arrangement, but the person who wrote it doesn't need to get paid. So I think in the United States, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the copyright window is 75 years after the composer's death. So let's say the composer died in the year 1800. Starting in the year 1875, their music is under public domain, meaning you can have it for free. So if you're not sure if something is under public domain, like what's an example? Okay, Mozart. What year did Mozart die? It was a very long time ago. So his music is probably under public domain. Same with Bach, same with Vivaldi, same with Handel, same with Telemann. All of these composers lived a long time ago and we can access their music for free. If you're not sure if something is under public domain, you probably won't be able to find it on the website I'm going to show you. And also, you can look at the dates. And if you see that the composer is still alive or they died, in the year 1951 or later, I'm recording this video in 2025 just for context, then it's probably not under public domain yet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and screen share so we can get this going. Okay, so the website that we're going to go to is called IMSLP. International Music Library something. Anyway, this is a great website for finding music. So I'm just gonna find my Stars and Stripes part right now. Let's type that in. Stars and Stripes Forever. And here you can see it's giving me a lot of search results. So it's giving me, because I typed it into the IMSLP page, it's giving me different links to the music on IMSLP. So I'm going to click on that, and it brings us to a page with a couple of tabs. Now, the section that you're going to want to go to if you want a flute part or clarinet part or saxophone part is where it says parts. The score, if you can sort of like see this here, the score is everyone's parts all on one page. That is what the conductor reads. So you don't want to download a score. And then also arrangements and transcriptions. This is an area where people can upload arrangements they've made for the piece in question. Like you can see here, large orchestra, small orchestra. I wonder what other arrangements we have. Two violins, viola, and cello. More complete scores. A lot of different scores and additions to this piece. This one looks like it's just piano. So if you're looking for the band part, again, you're not going to find it in here. So, parts. Let's click on complete parts. Go ahead and give it a couple of seconds. This pretty much always happens. And then wait to continue your download. Do, 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 do. Okay, click here to continue your download. And voila! Here we go. We have the Stars and Stripes Forever music. So, in this section, because it's a band piece, there are parts to all of the instruments. So, as you can see here, the very first one, solo B flat cornet. So if you're looking for flute, that is not the part that you want. Um, so you're going to honestly just scroll down to make sure that your part is in here. I have a feeling that piccolo, there we go, piccolo. We might not even have a flute part actually, because the flute part is actually the piccolo part. Yep. So if your band is ever like, I want all the flutes to play piccolo on Stars and Stripes, that's why, because technically like Sousa intended it to be just a bunch of piccolos. So as you can see, okay, so if we scroll down to the main solo part of the piccolo, this music is in what key? G major? D major. It's in D major. It modulates to G. But there is another edition that is higher than this. This is the one I like playing because it's a half step lower. But there is a version that I think it's an E flat major that goes higher, and I will show you how to find that one. Um, but anyway, you've arrived, you're going to get your part, and your first instinct might be to take a screenshot. However, let me show you another way. So, what we're going to do instead is download this thing. Okay, I'm going to have to share from a new screen for that. I'll just share my entire desktop. Okay, so I'm going to click print. And can you see here how small this music is now? I'm gonna want to change that. Oh, I don't need to print in color, please no. So we're gonna go with scaling. Orientation you can also change. That doesn't really affect much. Actually, let me go ahead and change that just so it's easier to see. And I'm going to turn the scale up, maybe like close to 100. See that? Still a little bit of space. Maybe I'll go 105, see what that looks like. It's looking better. It's looking better. I'm going to go even a little bit higher. Ooh, I like that. Okay, 110, 110%. That is the sweet spot. And now we are going to scroll down to our part. Piccolo part is on page 15. So I'm going to print just page 15, but actually I'm not going to print it. I'm showing you how to get a PDF. So next I'm going to click, instead of just clicking print, because I'm a millennial and I like to read things off of an iPad, I'm going to click save as PDF. And now it's going to ask me, where do you want to save it? And I'm going to save it to my downloads. There we go. Okay. Now, if I go over to my downloads folder, it should be in there. And voila, I have downloaded a PDF of just the piccolo part from IMSLP for free. And I can actually read it because it's blown up on a normal sized piece of paper. So that's how you get music. Let's say that you want to find the other version of Stars and Stripes. A little deep dive on that. Okay, let's go back to Safari. All right, this is the page I was on where I had downloaded my part originally. Now I'm going to go back. Okay, here's the page with all the complete parts. And I spent a little bit, oh, look, they need to blow that up. It's so small. Um, I know that the version for band is in the higher key. It's an E flat. So this one doesn't specify for band, but you can see like publisher info, 1897. So that's pretty old. And you can see here, okay, the United States Marine Band released a version of it in 2016. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to do the same thing it did before, where it like gives me a window to wait. I guess I could always become a member. I have not done that. But IMSLP is basically just like an online music library. So we love libraries. Okay, here it is. The complete part in another key. Okay. So in this case, the piccolo comes first, and as you can see, the US Marine Band, when they made this version, they decided that the old one was too hard to read. So they spaced it out more. They brought it up into a key that's more friendly for band because of all of the E flat instruments. And they put it on 2 pages. And they put a flute part in there. So they basically just made improvements to the piece. They even wrote another version that you can play during the trio if you don't want to play the crazy piccolo solo and stuff like that. Um, and basically, sometimes when you play in band, you read this version, and sometimes when you play in band, you read the other version that was on a half sheet of paper. Now, actually, I want to go back to that because I have a fun fact for you. Okay, so do you see how this part is like it's landscape version. And do you remember seeing on, let's go back to the IMSLP page, that one part that was really small? This one. So the reason that the music is printed this way is because this music was intended for marching band. It was intended for a whole bunch of piccolos marching with baritones and E flat clarinets, and there weren't any flutes. And the music was printed like this so that you could have one of those marching band like music holders on your arm and just read off of it. Or maybe it's attached to your instrument. If you play clarinet, it might be like attached to the front, but it's smaller. It's like this big. It's like you're reading off an index card. So that people can actually see you because, and you can actually see where you're going. So if you have this like giant like piece of paper in front of your head when you're trying to march, you can't. So that's why the music is printed that way. And that's why I think the Marine Band went ahead and rearranged it for a band that's sitting in an auditorium with music stands. So this ended up being more of a deep dive on Stars and Stripes music than I was intending. But I want to take a second to show you if you want to find other music, like let's say another band piece or a Mozart concerto or something. I'm just going to show you how to do that. So, okay, we're back at IMSLP. I'm just going to go to the home page. And let's say that I want to find flute solos. It actually comes up with a category of different flute pieces. And as you can see, there are literally hundreds of them. So this page is only showing us A through F, and I can keep clicking on different ones to see all this music. So these are all, I think, sorted by names of pieces. And you can also, let's see if we can find some Mozart. Or is it just showing us? It's not showing us by um, composer. So I think if you, oh, sort by composer, there you go. Maybe not. But you can search in different ways for pieces. And when you click on, oh, I didn't know this was public domain. This is a really nice piece. Um, Maybe it's not. Oh, well, this might be an illegal upload. Who knows? No, it's not. It's 1922. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to click on it and I'm going to wait my 15 seconds. Yeah, I was thrown off by it saying 2007, but it said 1922, which is more than 75 years ago. So it is there and it is available to download. So this is a beautiful piece for flute alone. I love this piece. I should probably actually have some of my students work on it. So if you study with me, go ahead and watch this video and figure out how to download it so that you can learn it in your lessons. Okay, just a reminder that when you are on this page and you want to print your music, you go over to File Print. And if you want to save it as a PDF, you do it from the print screen as well. I think it is possible to download a PDF just like from the drop down, you could click export as PDF, but I like doing it with the print version because I just don't have as many problems and I can scale it up if it's not big enough. Um, so there you go. There is a lot of information about how to find sheet music online. There are also other websites that, like when you just search things on Google, have sheet music such as Flute Tunes and MuseScore. But I'm hoping that a lot of flute players watch this video and start using IMSLP to find music because Flute Tunes doesn't have everything. And Flute Tunes has a lot of arrangements as well. So you can find more, a lot more on IMSLP. And you deserve it. You deserve to play lots of music. So let me know if you would like a follow-up video on anything else that I covered that I didn't go into depth with. And thanks for checking out this video. Remember to subscribe for more, and we'll see you around.